Hey guys, Jay here. Welcome back to the channel. So it's the 23rd of August 2024 and we are back at it again with a daily crypto dive for you. And as always, we're starting with our crypto fear and greed index. We're currently moving upwards, and what we're actually beginning to see is a plateau forming over the past 30 days. We've seen that initial move downwards in the fear and greed index from that 70 level, touching down around that 21 zone, and that is leaving us at this area where we're beginning to track relatively sideways. So what I think is going to happen is continuation of chop solidation until this market really does begin to move upwards. When we begin to think about what could really send this market into the stratosphere, we start to think about brand new retail, because consistently over time what you'll see is money moving from one area to another and that total crypto market cap remaining relatively the same. So we really do need a true injection of brand new capital, and that could come through something like XRP or RLUSD. So let's move over to crypto bubbles, and if you're not using and utilizing crypto bubbles, I would highly advise it. This gives you a very basic view in a visually receptive manner that you're going to understand. It's going to give you a clear indication of what's going on instead of trawling through a list. We're looking on the day here and things are looking relatively good at the current recording time of this video. The market's looking pretty green and looking like it wants to move upwards, and anything, although we're tracking sideways, anything could blow this market out of proportion. Absolutely anything at this point. It is a tinderbox ready to be set on fire. So the top 100s are looking good on the day, and they're looking even better on the week. We are still down slightly on the month, as we can see a sea of red, but we are making our way up to becoming even Stevens again with what we've lost. My meme coins have made good recoveries. And hey, if you're not into meme coins, do give them a look in. There are some decent ones out there that are going to be dominating this bull run. So let's jump over to your first article of the day here. And what I'm starting to notice is how much politics are trying to dominate the crypto sector. So there's a huge battle between Trump and Kamala, and they're dragging crypto into it as much as they can. But there's a few things that I'm beginning to notice. Neither one of them have a clue about crypto. So this leaves them both in a position where they can't really talk about it in a light that's going to better serve it. Trump, on the other side, is not really interested in bettering the crypto ecosystem. He's more interested in launching his own NFTs and his own cryptocurrencies. The Trump Organization, which is the holding company for the former US President Donald Trump's business ventures, will soon unveil its new cryptocurrency initiative, according to a Wednesday report from the New York Post. And from what I understand, it was supposed to be all circling around digital real estate. And this is a really interesting venture for them to go on. So there is more information floating about on this. And we have got another article here, which is popping up. And this is Trump teasing official cryptocurrency project. So former President Donald Trump appeared to promote an official cryptocurrency project using his name in Truth Social post on Thursday. Far too long, the average American has been squeezed by the big banks, financial elites. It's time we take a stand together. Be defiant, the post read. We clearly have a political battle here between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris to secure the crypto investors' vote. And from my perspective, neither of them have a clear understanding of crypto, and they're not in a position to really attempt to try to secure any votes, because both of them are inherently part of the same problem. If they really wanted to help crypto, wouldn't they just help it? Wouldn't they do the right thing? Why does it have to come down to this in order to get anything out of them? And this is what I always think with politicians over and over, through and through. You may feel differently, but in the United Kingdom, it's really a far-fetched system. So Kamala Harris's campaign may focus on highlighting innovation over crypto. So once again, seeing this utilization and use case of crypto to bring attention to these political parties in the United States. And crypto is a global sector, and the fact that it is heavily dominated by the states is something of a wonder in itself, some might say. So Democratic nominee would support policies that ensure that emerging technologies of that sort of industry can continue to grow, referring to the crypto industry. Though seemingly light on substantive policy, the reported move could signal a shift from the Harris campaign, which had previously stayed silent on digital assets. The aide who spoke to Bloomberg at the Democratic National Convention was Brian Nelson, who left his position as the Department of the Treasury under Secretary for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence to join the campaign. Though the comments did not directly come from Vice President Harris, many advocates took to social media to speculate whether the statement could suggest her campaign, 31 days old as of August 21st, would be more proactive in addressing concerns related to crypto and blockchain before the November election. So though Republican nominee Donald Trump previously called Bitcoin a scam and based on thin air in 2024, he moved to personally claim he would defend BTC miners, denounce central bank digital currencies, and spoke at the Bitcoin 2024 conference. And honestly, I sat and watched the conference live. There wasn't really much anything positive that came out of it. And if anything, it just gave us a better understanding that he doesn't know what he's going on about. And to call something a scam when you don't understand it is immature, to say the least. I don't need to go into that sort of thing with you here on the channel. So let's take a look at this article here, which is going on about Elon Musk's Twitter takeover, which was backed by a lot of different crypto players. So X, formerly known as Twitter, has released a list of previously undisclosed shareholders, revealing the role several crypto-focused firms played in Elon Musk's $44 billion takeover of the social media platform in 2022. The company's shareholder list was made public on Wednesday to comply with a legal order. The document, which names nearly 100 entities, includes Binance Capital Management and several prominent venture capital firms with AI and crypto-focused investments. This includes Andreessen Horowitz, ARK Venture, and 8VC. So from my perspective, this is a huge sign to show you how far and how deep the roots go of not just government bodies, but also these CEXs that act to be friendly players in the space. But really what they're aiming to be is the next group of banks, the go-to. They don't want you to know that you can self-custodize your assets, that you can own them yourself and have 100% control over everything that is in your possession. So this, from my perspective, shows you how dirty the sector is and how many backhanders there are behind the scenes who has vested interest in different things. And I'm part of the LUNC community, and to see that Binance Capital Management had a hand in this really goes to show and really bolsters the idea that they've got some kind of vested interest in Luna Classic, and they do not burn Luna Classic every single month for no reason. And we're not talking about a couple of $100 here. We're talking in the millions. And I seriously mean it. If you're not part of that community, do go check out those burns. Binance only burn LUNC and their own asset being BNB. So the next articles are a little bit negative, but I do want to go over them. These things do happen and you need to understand these situations so you are able to avoid them in the future. And we've got hackers actually seizing the McDonald's Instagram for a rug pull. And I saw this going on and going down as it was happening. And they even changed the bio to a personal little message after they pocketed several $100,000. This hack is being dubbed as Grimace, which is overly hilarious for the situation in hand. And I personally think McDonald's are responsible for this. Although that there was a person behind this, they should understand that security is a priority when you're such a big entity, especially when you promote and produce different gambling styled marketing events to try get people to come eat your food, and that being the monopoly game that they do. So it would have seemed logical for a lot of people that they may actually be doing this, and that's why this hacker was able to pocket so much from this scam in a short amount of time. So the scams do not stop here. They do keep on going, and we have got QR code scans. You should be very wary of any QR codes, any links, anything. I do not open any links on the computer I'm currently using. I have a specific laptop that I use, and this is what I refer to as a sandbox laptop. And if you don't have one, you can acquire a crappy laptop for about 20 bucks or about 30 pounds. You know, it's relatively cheap for the security of not exposing all of your files and possibly being subject to anything that is relatable to any kind of scam. Be very careful and be very wary. Do not scan any QR codes ever. That's my personal opinion. There's ways to get around it if you can, and there's so many associated risks when it comes down to the evolving technologies that are surrounding these QR codes. So do be very careful and do be wary. Double check everything and just be safe. So let's move over to something else, which is once again a little bit negative, but at the same time, where there's somebody selling, there's somebody buying. Crypto is like a stone building. If one stone crumbles, another is formed to take its place. And that's what we see consistently happen time and time again. Where there's risk, there's reward. And there are certainly a lot of people out there looking to make that risk in order to gain the reward. So we can see that this article is going on around whale activity raising concerns over Solana's stability, and the recent action taken by a crypto whale concerning Solana has generated considerable attention in online discussions. The investor sold 10,000 SOL on August 21st, representing a significant cash out worth 1.41 million. This move, following a larger trend of selling, has sparked debates about the whale's level of confidence in Solana's market trajectory. I personally think this just could be a tired investor. We've been in a market which is very brutal, it's very punishing, and it's going to test the best investors' patience as it moves up and teases you, and then it drags it away from you and comes crashing back down again and wrecks your portfolio back to square one. And that kind of energy has a direct effect on the human mind. People have not really studied crypto, and over time you see the studies on PTSD and depression and trauma, but there's no real big study surrounding crypto and the effect it has on the mind. I personally have an idea in my head of exactly what I want to do once this halving cycle's over, and it's go and sit on a beach with no technology, no one around me, and literally do nothing for 2 weeks but sit there and enjoy the sun, enjoy the beach, and enjoy a good old peach daiquiri. And if you're new here to the channel, we love a peach daiquiri. So moving into the end here, and we've got a bit of a longer daily dive here because we missed yesterday's daily dive because I was just so busy with so many different things. But we've got Binance's founder CZ being moved from prison to a halfway house, but he isn't free yet. And we are seeing more cases coming forward in CZ's bull court. And it's going to be interesting to see if he ends up coming back out and then goes into another court case and then possibly ends up going back into jail. This is something you need to keep a good eye on at the moment. Although he doesn't have a direct effect on crypto, I think in the future he's going to have some kind of effect. And whatever he does, he's going to have a role that is going to be effectively played out in crypto, even though he can't be directly involved with Binance, so to speak. We've got a lot of love for this guy over on Lunar Classic, and I really do truly believe that he has good intentions for the crypto market. And in comparison to the political contenders that are currently touting their own crypto projects, and another one that doesn't really have a clue what she's going on about when it comes to crypto, CZ's really a good choice when it comes down to someone pushing the adoption of regulations that surround the crypto ecosystem and really removing that choke point that's on this market. And I keep saying about Operation Choke Point 2.0, you need to know about it. If you don't know about it, try and tune into that video. I'm leaving links to it at the end of the video for you if you want to go check that out and understand what it's all about and how they did it once before. So moving into the last article here, and it's Hong Kong spot Bitcoin ETF seeing the highest inflow in a month. And although Hong Kong isn't on the same level as the United States when it comes to ETF volume, inflow, and the amount of retail that could flock in, it's still more broader global adoption. And when I see articles like this, we see the information that's provided, we do a back check, we do see that there has been substantial inflows at around that $15 million level, which is the highest in a month. This is signaling to us that general interest in crypto is starting to go up. We're beginning to trend again. We're starting to see a heavy amount of interest outside of the United States. And with the global stage of crypto being so centralized down to the United States, it's good to see news like this coming out of different areas, because in order for that broader global adoption to really take root, things do need to happen outside of the United States and other prominent countries that tend to dominate the news when it comes down to crypto. So I hope you got a good perspective as to what's going on in the market, what the general narrative is, and how things are currently going. I think today's going to be a good day. I think we're going to see meme coins break out heavily. I've got some more videos coming on, and I think we're going to see a big breakout today from Lunar Classic as we're holding above that trend line. And once again, everything is BTC dependent. Unless something breaks away and breaks up and out from BTC and starts to move in its own independent way, as we have seen many times before. But aside that, BTC will control the ocean that is this crypto ecosystem. So guys, if you like the content here, consider dropping a like, drop a comment, hit the notifications bell to stay informed, subscribe if you haven't already, and just stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and we will catch you in the next one.